Welcome to update 1.5. Today we are introducing our very first time limited mode. I'm hoping this stays. If it's fun, it needs to stay because right now we have nothing for solo players. This experimental twist on Gadget pits the contestants against each other in a fight for individual glory in a 12-player arena. Just like Gadget, the first to amass 40,000 and deposit in the cash out station wins. Solo queuers rejoice. This is what we've been waiting for. We're putting this mode out there to learn more about your experience, so we'll be opening up a channel in Discord to gather feedback for as long as the mode stays up. Outside of a new mode, update 1.5 comes with a litany of balance changes, tweaks, and bug fixes, all laid out below, to help improve the overall experience. In addition, with 1.5, we're introducing our fair play guidelines, with revamped and improved detection methods for unfair play. From now on, we'll restrict cheaters with more confidence and we'll be able to stand firmly behind our bans. Our goal, as always, is to make the game safe, fair, and fun. Finally, we've decided to expand the size of our store with an even bigger and more diverse range of items at any given time. Okay, so abilities. Charge and Slam. So this is the Heavy's ability. Fix an issue where players could charge while stationary and stealing an extraction. Cloaking Device, increased activation cost from 1 second to 2 seconds. That's a hefty nerf to the light invis. Increased minimum required charge time to activate from 1.5 seconds to 2.5 seconds. So this is good. This basically means that lights will not be able to go invisible as often. Grapple Hook will no longer attach to objects that are attached to carryables. Okay, so that's a bug fix. Guardian Turret will now shoot target dummies in the practice range. Ah, amazing. That means I can test out a few extra bits and pieces. I've been hoping for that. Mesh Shield, decreased health from 1,100 to 1,000. That's the second nerf back-to-back with the Mesh Shield. Recon Sensors, increased activation cost from 1 second to 1.5 seconds. Decreased minimum charge time to activate from 2.5 to 2. I think these are basically just like fine tweaking. I don't really think that's going to change too much. Gadget C4, player damage decreased from 210 to 155. You can still one-shot lights. Player minimum damage decreased from 120 to 100. So if you're outside of the maximum damage radius, you will only do 100 if you're still within the damage radius. Flashbang cooldown decreased from 20 seconds to 18. Gas mine cooldown increased from 25 to 27 seconds. Incendiary mine cooldown decreased. Okay, that was 30 seconds though, to be fair. Vanishing bomb cooldown decreased from 20 seconds to 18. RPG player damage decreased from 150 to 140. They removed the one shot. They removed the one shot. Lights rejoice. Stun gun, decreased duration of stun effect from 5 seconds to 3.57. I feel this is a good change. The biggest thing about the stun isn't so much that you're preventing them from using abilities for that long, it's that you prevent the action they are doing. That's where this is the strongest. Lowering that by a second and a bit, I feel like that's a good change as someone who uses stun gun. Tracking dart, cooldown decreased from 15 to 13 seconds. Added new scoped zoom sensitivity multiplier to the settings screen that affects the tracking dart. Game modes, Gadget. Game show event start time reduced from minute 6 to minute 4. So that is the game show events will start 4 minutes into a match rather than 6 minutes in Gadget. Quick cash. Game show event start time reduced from minute 6 to minute 4. Same change. Team wipe respawn time increased from 17 to 18 seconds. So that's very minor changes there. Ranked tournament. Team wipe respawn time increase from 25 to 26 seconds. Tournament team wipe respawn time increase, so that's the same change as ranked. Tournaments will now unlock after players have completed 1 round, reduced from 12. So they really want to get people into tournaments a little bit more. Throwables, deploy explosives such as C4, breach charges, and explosive mines will now add mass to throwable objects, causing them to travel less far when prone. So I think this is a sideway nerf to try and reduce the amount of nukes that are happening. You will still be able to use a nuke, but you won't be able to throw your nuke quite as far. Weapons, flamethrower, damage increased from 28 to 30. That's fine. Like I think they over nerfed the flamethrower before. LH1 damage increase from 47 to 49. This is interesting because this is going to get a bunch of little buffs like this. It's super hard to control, but this thing is going to be, it's going to be like a must pick at some point. Like after a couple buffs. M11, recoil pattern updated to make the weapon easier to control. SH1900 shotgun, this is a double-barreled one. Damage decrease from 12 to 10 damage per pellet. That is going to make being one-shot by shotguns a lot easier. I'd have to do the math on how many pellets that is, but that may have a very important change on mediums and heavies. Not so much on lights because we're already pretty damn squishy. So I did do the calculations for the shotgun, and there are 15 pellets total per shot. And when you calculate it up, it used to be 360 damage for 2 shots, which would mean that you could take out a heavy at 350. But after the nerfed damage, you can only do up to 300 damage with 2 shots, meaning that you cannot double tap a heavy, but you can still one tap a light if you're close enough. M60, damage increase from 21 to 22. That's an interesting one. Right shield, updated attack animations and hit sweeps to make the weapon feel more responsive. Fixed issues where the right shield could be invisible and still block bullets. I've encountered that one a couple of times. Fixed an issue where the right shield could block bullets while the player climbed a ladder. Interesting. I haven't come across that one. SA-1216, this is the automatic shotgun for heavies. Fixed an issue that allowed the weapon to be fired faster than intended. So I believe there was actually like a reload cancel animation thing you could do, because you would fire 4 shots and then you'd have to like tweak something on the front of the weapon. I believe you could do something which would skip that step and then allow you to fire more. So that's probably that. SR-84 sniper rifle added new scope zoom sensitivity multiplier to the settings screen that affects the SR-84. That's nice. More options are good. Throwing knives added new trail effects. Oh, yes! Dude, I've been hoping for a change like this because right now, or until this change, it has been so hard to see where your knives are actually going so that you could actually adjust your aim to say, oh, I was aiming too low, too high, too far in front, too far behind. This is going to make that a lot easier. So it might take a little bit of practice, but that's going to mean you can actually learn. Huge change. Shorten the lifetime of knives stuck in metal surfaces. This is probably just a performance thing because knives stuck in metal surfaces, it doesn't actually do anything. It's just visual. V9S damage increased from 35 to 36. So they're dialing back the semi-automatic pistol a little bit. That had some hefty nerfs over the big balance pass. Maps, Las Vegas, updated destruction behavior to get more realistic destruction. Updated strain system to get more realistic destruction. Updated various zip lines in the level. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Some of these weren't ideally placed, so I'm going to see if they have just moved them. Maybe there's more high ground to get. Content and bug fixes. Animation. Updated some main menu weapon animations. Left side inspection animations added to the following items. So that's basically like everything by the looks of it. Everything that didn't already have one. Audio, replace an old unattenuated sound on the glitch trap. Fix a zip wire attachment sound that could play on the main menu. Fix some issues where hair could clip visually with various headwear. I have seen a few bits and pieces like that. Fix some skinning issues that occurred on wrists. Fix some skinning issues that occurred on gloves. So these are like minor details. Controller added an option that allows controller players to pick the priority order of reload pickup button actions. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's cool. More options are good, so always happy to see more options. Console, fix an issue that allowed mouse and keyboard to be enabled on some consoles. Crashes, fix a server crash where players could attach to ziplines and disconnect at the same time. Fix a client crash that could be caused by certain outfits in the battle pass and store screens. Fix an issue where game servers could very rarely shut down early due to how players connected. Maps, improve a floor number display in elevators. Fixed lingering smoke clouds that could appear during the end of round sequence. Fixed team logos not always streaming in during the end of round sequence. Monaco fixed an awning that partially clipped through the path of a zipline. Optimized lighting for the fog and storm weather types. Soul fixed an initial spawn in a hospital that ran into a small dead end. Oh, I love that. Fix some railings that could block bullets. I wonder if they are going to have a pass over on cranes, because cranes also do this. Vegas, fix an issue where the map border blocked bullets and grenades. You'll be able to shoot through map borders. That's good. Fix a ladder that sometimes causes players to get stuck. Fixed some issues with intersecting and floating assets. Fixed an issue where Las Vegas spotlights would sometimes be culled unexpectedly. Movement. Fixed an issue where players could slingshot themselves, aka super glide, by grinding against obstacles during vault interactions. So this effectively was, if you were to mantle up and through a window, for example, if during that mantle you somehow got stuck, let's say by moving into the side of a window, you would build up that energy pushing you forwards, and then when you looked back, when you released yourself, all of that energy would combine and boost you out of the window. So this was like an extra movement thing. This I was actually really worried about because this gives heavies light movement. And light movement is their strong point. Heavies, HP, and damage is their strong point. By giving them also speed, it would have completely broken the heavy versus medium versus light debate. So this is good. As much as movement people will say, oh, they're ruining the game, this is good. Vaulting. Fixed an issue where players could gain extreme speed by picking up objects that were being vaulted on. Updated vaulting to feel snappier and be more aligned to ledges. Quick melee. Fixed an issue where players could use quick melee on ladders. Oh! Didn't realize that was a thing. So there were a bunch of UI fixes as well. I will spare you the details, but these were mostly text that wasn't fitting on screen or things that were overlapping and hiding something else. If you want the full details, I'll leave the patch notes linked down below. Set voice over IP to be enabled by default on PC. Thank you! With push to talk set as the default inputs. New installs only. That's unfortunate. There's new installs only, but that's probably just a limitation on their side. This is great. Set voice over IP to be enabled by default on console with voice activated set as the default input. Okay. So voice activated, if you guys on console start hearing a bunch of people randomly shouting, this is why. They just turn it on. Weapons. Fixed an issue where bullet dispersion spread would not update if the player switched between items. You could get perfect hipfire accuracy with the sniper rifle by bugging it out with the stun gun. You'd basically use the stun gun, which does have very good hipfire accuracy, switch over to the sniper rifle, and as long as you didn't change anything, you would have perfect hipfire accuracy with the sniper. Throwing knives will now have the correct skin when prone. Fixed cheat exploit with melee weapons. There we have it. What do we think, chat? I think this is massive W's.